their faith in who he is and what he's about and what this program's about will ever falter.
Have you found yourself having to explain about it though, since it's come down?
You know what? That's the beauty of it. I don't know much about it. You know, I don't even have friends that ask because they know that the situation, you know, inside of this, some people ask me, inside this bubble here at Ohio State, we can come into this office and we don't have TVs on, we don't hear the radio, we don't hear a lot of things, and by the time you go home and, you know, in the situation, you keep yourself occupied and busy with the things in which you do, and you let the other things handle themselves. You know, we try and focus on the things that which we can handle, the things that which we'll have a part in, with things in which we can determine maybe the outcome, and that's something that obviously we have no part in.
When the self-imposed sanctions, when they came out, what was, I mean, just reaction? Were you surprised, you know, you and the staff?
You know, obviously we didn't know anything about it, and you know, surprised, yeah, disappointed at times, yeah. I mean, that's what I think. Sometimes when you know people more, you have more compassion for them. You understand what they're truly about, and I think you, obviously, like I said, you have more compassion for the situation the closer to which you are. But hey, it is what it is, and we're happy to know that, see the growth of what everybody's done in the situation, and to see how they continue to grow.
You can take one more.
No, I mean, the recruiting process right now, you're not really allowed to talk to the young kids. You know, we've obviously addressed it with all the kids that are coming in, but that's the beauty of this place. That's the beauty of Coach Tressel and who he is. When you visit, when you've been here, when you truly know what the place is about, when you truly know what the foundation is, that small little storms, you know, won't take you down. And I think that that's the thing we've reiterated. Our kids here, we don't have to explain a whole lot to them. They understand. Maybe the kids that are just coming here from Richmond, Virginia, or Miami, Florida, just have to be reminded that, hey, this place is built on an incredible foundation from what Coach Tress has done and what they've done in the last 100 years. And no little storm, no big storm is really going to be able to affect what we've done.
It's a little storm.
I don't know. That'll to be determined. But as long as we don't make it a big storm, we just take it as, hey, this is just a storm. We don't care how big or small. Just like any game, we don't care how big or small that team is. It's a storm. It's a game. And that's the way we look at it.
Good luck with the linebacker. Bring Coach Tressel back up. And I'm going to have a personal privilege. I'm just happy to see Clay Hall back here. I know
Where's Clay?
He's right there.
Clay, how you feeling?
Feeling good.
Look good.
So,
Does that mean I get far away?
if you want to, I
Hold
think
one second, because I just wanted to go on something that Luke had said. We haven't spent a whole bunch of time talking about, you know, what will it be like in the early going of the season. I think the thing that in my mind has been, I've always felt that what I owed to Ohio State was 24/7. I know this, as the season begins next year, it may be 24/6. You know, I know that. But we'll work hard to make sure our guys are ready to go. And in terms of those game day decisions, and have you ever sat around and daydreamed about them? I was an assistant coach once. I sat there thinking I would have called timeout, or, you know, I can't believe we didn't go for it, you know. Or so we've all done that, and but you know what? Maybe some of the times I was right, and we should have gone for it, and we didn't, or we should have called timeout. So those split-second decisions are by committee as well. In this world of technology, you got that little switch on your deal. I mean, you can talk to the defensive guys, the offensive guys. You could probably get up to the radio booth and ask Lachey if you should go timeout. I mean, there's a lot of opportunity to get input, and you know, our guys will do just fine.
You referenced in your opening statement today mistakes you think you use that phrase. I wonder when you first felt like you had made a mistake.
You know, as we mentioned, you know, we can't talk about the ongoing investigation, and that's the way we have to go.
Okay, this doesn't determine, this isn't anything to do with the investigation, but it's the stigma of everything that's taken place these last few months. Do you believe that will stick to you throughout your career?
Gosh, I don't know. You know, I go day to day, and you just try to do the best you can possibly do, and I'm sure there's a varied stigma that anyone has about anyone. So I'm sure there'll be a variety of opinions about how I do my job, or anyone of you do your job. But what's most important is we work hard to do our jobs as well as we can.
There's a lot of rumors floating around in the last couple of weeks, obviously, Jim, I'm sure you've probably heard that you might be stepping down, or you might be taking a leave of absence, et cetera. If you thought of those things at all, has that even crossed your mind?
No, when you text me, I didn't text you back. You know, I don't know where those, were swirling, or whatever. Never had that thought. I thought Luke did a great job expressing what we think is important. We think what's important here is these kids, whether you have some personal discomfort going on, or you make personal mistakes, or whatever, that wouldn't be something that would jump in my mind, unless there came that point in time where I said, you know what, the best thing for those kids would be if I do. I don't feel that way.
How does this affect the reputation, standing of the program, or the ability of this program to succeed down the line, given what you did and what has transpired?
I think everything is based upon how you handle things, because there's not any of us personally or any of us collectively in our organizations that have done everything perfect. How we have moved forward from when we didn't do something so well, maybe something as trivial as how you move forward after a loss determines how that season will be. How you move forward after making mistakes, I think that will determine the relative effect in the future.
Because with moving forward, how do you tell the underclassmen, especially the freshmen coming in, that they've never seen the foundation that Coach Fickell talked about and the tradition of the program? How do you tell them they've never seen the foundation? How do you address that?
Well, I think our kids that chose to come here, have known a lot about college football, know a lot about Ohio State, have probably not lived in a situation that has been perfect, and have had perhaps family adversities, perhaps athletic adversities, whatever. So I think anything any of us learn from it will be a positive thing. Would you rather not have that teachable moment? No, you wouldn't. But our young people will grow.
Jim, how do you handle in spring ball the guys who are going to be suspended the first 5 games? Obviously, it's relatively different.
Right.
But the other, how do you handle that in spring in terms of how much reps they get?
Well, Mike Adams, for instance, we've only got 10 linemen. DeVere Posey, I don't know if Stan Draden's up there, I don't know how many wideouts we have, but, not that many. Boom Heron, is a guy that you want out there getting reps to show people, how you do reps. The beauty of spring practice is whether a guy's working with the first unit, the second unit, whatever it happens to be, everyone's getting all the reps. And that happens early in the preseason. Now, I think the question becomes, when you get into game week preparations, now the changes occur.
Jim, with losing interim head coach and your pending suspension, does that reduce your role at all, officially or unofficially, during spring practice, during fall camp, game week? And also, second question, play calling. I know that's something you usually have a big hand in. You get it, obviously now in the first 5, you don't have that role.
Right. Well, I haven't seen Gene for, I don't know when the last time he was here. And so I've not sat down with him about any of that. The only discussions we've had are kind of like I mentioned right when Luke was done. What I perceive is for the front of the season, it won't be 24/7. It'll be 24/6. And, you know, the seventh day is the one you love, but it won't be. That's the way it is. Spring practice and the teaching and the things that go on a day-to-day basis, you know, have not changed, will not change, that I'm aware of. Play calling wise, you know, that is so much by committee. If we haven't figured that out by Wednesday night, Thursday morning at the latest, Coach Bowman is a wreck. I mean, you can't talk to him. And do we tweak it here or there? Do we adjust when they play something differently against us? Yeah. I'm 5'9", I'm on the sideline, I can't see much. That typically comes from up there. And so it, you know, I don't foresee, we don't have that many different plays. You know, and so I just don't see, you know, that being that big a deal.